Okay. Brand new recording. Brand new start. We got two people in the room. One is not doing anything. The other one is, because she's part of the class. So, today we're going over fractions. Fractions is a way of representing a whole. So, for instance, pretend this chocolate bar is broken up into 4 pieces. And 3 are, I don't know, eaten, taken out, I don't know, bad, poisonous. That's why it's labeled with white. I don't know. What would be the fraction of this whole? Out of 4 pieces, 3 are no good. How would you represent that as a fraction? Exactly. 3/4. That's how fractions are. You're always counting the pieces that are shaded or whatever, this and that, and then putting it as a fraction. Welcome. This, my friends, first note of the day, very important lesson. This is an this is a proper fraction. Do we know why we call this a proper fraction?
Because the top number is lower than the bottom number.
Yes! The top number is lower than the bottom number. Now, we are going over fraction basics today, so there's going to be a lot of terminology. I recommend writing down these terminology because, obviously, we have a quiz at the end of the week, right? So, what is a proper fraction? When the top number is bigger than the bottom. Now, in a fraction, just like this, what is the top part usually called?
The denominator.
Close, but no. The top number of your fraction is called the numerator. And the bottom is called, what is it that you said? The denominator. The numerator and the denominator. So, recap. Top number is numerator, bottom number is denominator. When the numerator is smaller than the denominator, that's a proper fraction. But, there's another fraction that you guys got to be aware of, is when the top number, the numerator, let's say is bigger than the denominator. What is this fraction called?
An improper fraction.
Yes. So before it was called a proper fraction, the opposite, when the numerator is bigger than the denominator, it is an improper fraction.
Do you have to turn it into a mixed number?
Ah, you're jumping ahead. Cool. You know a lot about fractions. Cool. So, proper fraction, improper fraction, right? Improper fraction is when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. There is a third fraction, a third type of fraction, and this fraction, my friends, is called a mixed number. And it looks like that. It has a whole number. It has a whole number, but it also has a fraction next to it. That is a mixed number. Now, sure, it's important to know the 3 different types of fractions and what they're called. But it is really, really important to know what's the point of all of these fractions. What is the point of all of these fractions? Well, proper fraction represents, you know, you can visually represent it, right? These two, you could also represent it because guess what? Both of these are the same. This is what you guys got to keep note, is in math, it's fine if you come out with a improper fraction. Improper fractions are useful, but math does not want you to write your final answer ever as an improper fraction. It never wants you to write your answer in improper fraction form. They want it in mixed number form. That's why I said these two are 100% the same. One is just written differently.
5 times 3 equals 16, or plus 1.
Yes. So we have to know how to convert from improper fraction to mixed, and we need to know how to convert from a mixed number to an improper fraction. That's what we're doing today. We're learning how to convert from mixed to improper and from proper to mixed. Improper to mixed and mixed to improper. Have you ever come out with a proper fraction as an answer? Easy. Leave it the way it is. We like proper fractions. We do not like improper fractions, so that's why we resort to converting it to that. So using the example 16 fifths, how do we convert this to a mixed number? Simple, really. If you guys didn't know this, fractions are divisions. It means the top number divided by the bottom number. It is the numerator divided by the denominator. So, ask ourselves, how many times does 5 go into 16? How many times does 5 go into 16?
3 times.
Creating 15, when you subtract it, a remainder of 1, right? Now, if we recall, when we were learning division, we don't like a remainder of anything, so we make our decimal, we make a 0 and bring down the 0, this and that, this and that. Guess what? With fractions, we want that remainder. We want these three numbers right here. This one, and that one. We want those three numbers, because guess what? We are going to rearrange these into a mixed number. What you do is, the answer that you came up with at the top, guess what? That's your whole number. Your remainder that you have after your division problem, that's your new numerator. And the outside number, which is the same number as your previous denominator, will still be your denominator. So what we have there is 3 1/5. That's what 16 over 5 converts to as a mixed number. I'm telling you, they're both the same thing. But whenever you come out with an improper fraction, you must convert into a mixed number form. Did that make sense? You divide regularly. Whatever your remainder is, it's fine. It's fine if you have a remainder of 1, a remainder of 20, a remainder of 2. That remainder is going to be the new numerator. But now comes everyone's favorite. How do we convert a mixed number back into an improper fraction?
You do the opposite of division.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Denominator stays the same.
This is what you do. Yes, the denominator will always be the same. So the denominator is a 5, guess what? my improper fraction will have a denominator 5. But this is what you do. You follow the path, the roundabout path, the half a circle path. What you do is you start at that denominator, right? You multiply it with the whole number. What's 5 times 3? 15. Then you continue on, and what you do is you add the 1. What's 15 plus 1? Oops, hold on. You times here, and then you add the top number. So if 3 times 5 was 15, plus 1 is 16. Oh, look at that. I just converted back into my improper fraction. All you got to think about is this half circle. You just follow the path. 5 times 3, then 3 plus 1. Pretty cool, huh? That's how you convert from improper to mixed and mixed to improper. So what have we learned so far? Everything I just said, which was, what are my 3 fractions?
Improper fraction, improper fraction, and a mixed number.
Cool. He said improper, proper, fraction, and mixed number. What's the top number of a fraction called? Numerator. What's the bottom number of a fraction called? Denominator. Cool. And very quickly, how do we convert improper to a mixed? Well, you divide the numerator by the denominator. How do you convert a mixed into a improper? You multiply the denominator by the whole number, then you add the numerator.